Alright, next question. What is your favorite nerdy thing to do? Like, what do you nerd out about the most? This was asked by Anonymous. Go figure. It's okay to tell me who you guys are. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna be weirded out. You're followers of mine. I kind of want us to not hang out. That's me being drunk. I can't physically hang out with you, but I want my followers and me to get along because I've always wanted Tumblr friends because it just seems like a good time. Have people to tag people in. Off off kilter, off topic, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyways, something that I nerd out about. I am a very big nerd, yes. I do video games, I read a bunch of manga. I've had a Nintendo system. I've had every single Nintendo system that's ever been made, including the Micro, Game Boy, the Wii U Mini, or the Wii Mini. Sorry, not the Wii U Mini, but the Wii Mini. A bunch of things. I'm a Nintendo. My loyalties lie with Nintendo, but that's not really the thing I think I nerd out most about. What would be the thing that I nerd out the most about? Anime. And it's not even like anime. It's not like I see an anime and I'm just like, ugh, nerdism. It's voice actors. And this is so embarrassing. But excuse me. This alcohol's sitting funky with me. The thing that I nerd out the most about with voice actors is just them in general, because voice actors to me are like on par with, actual actors. Like, to me, Colleen Clinkenbeard is just as good of an actor as, I don't know, who's popular right now, because I don't really actually pay attention to Hollywood actors. Jennifer Lawrence, I guess. Like, Colleen Clinkenbeard is my Jennifer Lawrence and whatnot, but that's me, and I'm weird. Anyways, yeah, voice actors are something that I tend to nerd out about more than others. Like, it gets to the point where some of my friends won't watch anime with me because I'll be sitting there like, ooh, trivia, and it's embarrassing and awful, but hey, to each their own. Some people like to collect stamps and they think that's nerdy. Some people like to read a lot of books. I think that's nerdy. I like to study up on voice actors. And it's not so much that I study up on them, it's that I go to a lot of anime conventions and I go to a lot of video game conventions. I do a lot of cosplaying. And so I go to these panels and I have access to these voice actors and they tell us their backstories, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm falling even more in love with you by the second. And it sounds really creepy, and I don't mean it to. I think it's pretty normal, but that's me. Regardless, voice actors are probably my biggest nerding out thing. Like, if I had to like do like a top 5 favorite voice actors, it would probably be Colleen Clinkenbeard, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. It'd probably help you guys to know who these people voiced. Colleen Clinkenbeard, her probably most notable role for most of you who follow me would be Urza Scarlet in the English dub of Fairy Tail. If that's not one you haven't seen, the role that I loved her most in was Yuko Ichihara from Holic, the anime, which is a Clamp-based anime, and Clamp is my second biggest nerd thing next to voice acting, but that's a whole other fandom that we're not going to get into right now. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, Cowboy Bebop. She was the voice of Julia. Big iconic role for her. She's been in a bunch of other things. She was in Code Geass most recently that I am familiar with. She has been in Steven Universe, I think at least once. I haven't followed up with Steven Universe in a while. She doesn't do a whole lot of voice acting anymore, but she was in those 2 things, and they were 3 things, and they were pretty notable roles for her. Johnny Young Bosch. You might know him as the Black Power Ranger. I think he was the Black Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't remember. I didn't follow Power Rangers. It was something that was when I was a kid, and it just wasn't anything I kept up with because Cardcaptor Sakura was on, another Clamp thing. Digress. Johnny Young Bosch was Lelouch Lamperouge in Code Geass. He has played Vash the Stampede in Trigun. He's been in a bunch of video games that I've adored him in. He's my favorite male voice actor. So that's 3. Todd Haberkorn. If any of you follow Funimation dubs, he's literally been in everything up until last year when I think his contract expired. Maybe, I don't know. He just doesn't seem to do anything other than Fairy Tail for Funimation anymore. But he was Natsu Drag Neo, Alan Walker in Deep Gray Man, and Kimihiro Watanuki in Holic. Again, the Holic connection. After that, I'd have to say that Crispin Freeman and Todd Haberkorn and Johnny Young Bosch are all actually tied, but I'm going to put Crispin Freeman in 5th place because I haven't followed him as much, but the roles that I have known him to be in, I really liked. Like, he was Shizuo in Durarara, or Durarara, I don't... He was Alucard in, whatever it is, but that's besides the point. There are people that I follow, like I follow their Tumblrs and their Facebooks and their Instagrams. Like, I'm a big nerd for that, and it gets really embarrassing. So much to the point that I can hear one of them laugh, I can hear them say just 2 words, and, instantly, like, right there, hey, I know who that is, and this show just got a lot cooler. During one of the filmings, or during one of the recordings of Full Metal Alchemist, Colleen Klingenbeard and blah blah blah, and Laura Bailey, another favorite voice actor of mine, lived together, and they would like read lines off each other, and it'd just be crazy. And this is just things I learned from cons, and it sounds crazy and stalkerish, and I hate myself a little for it, but to each their own. I think it's cool. If you don't, I'm sorry. Something else that I nerd out about a lot. Well, I mentioned Clamp. Clamp is probably my favorite mangaka group, solely because I grew up with them. Like, Kids WB, I mean, if any of my followers are in their 20s and watched Saturday morning cartoons on analog television like I did, you watched Pokemon, you watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Cardcaptor Sakura was always on, like, right after Pokemon. It was literally bang, bang, boom. But yeah, Clamp is a big thing of mine too. Like, I have a bunch of Clamp memorabilia, none of which is in this apartment yet because I haven't had a chance to bring it up yet from my home in Iowa. But, I have the entire anthology of Cardcaptors. I have the entire anthology except for volumes 3 through 8 of Tsubasa. Holic I have all of. Literally, if Clamp has made it, I probably own part of it or something that refers to it. I don't own all of their manga, but I wish I did. I actually have a lot of posters that got signed by them. By voice actors for those shows. I nerd out about alcohol, if that's something one could consider. Like, I've done wine tastings. I've been doing wine tastings since I only turned 21 a month ago, but when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, he and I would do wine tastings at my apartment. He'd bring over, like, 5 wines. We'd try them all, and I've kind of become, like, an alcohol snob. Like, what I'm drinking tonight is literally bottom of the barrel for me. This was what was available to me, and it's what I wanted to, and it's all I could drink. Because all of my other good booze is being saved for New Year's, when I go to a New Year's party at one of my friend's house, and I plan on getting turned the fuck up. But, I digress. I don't know, this video is probably going to be longer than the others, because there's a lot to talk about with that, so... yeah, that's about it. Other than that, I don't know that I nerd out about a whole lot else. Nothing really comes to mind. I hope that answered your question. Sorry that this wasn't very entertaining, but I'm mildly sobering up and going to drink more so that the next video is actually entertaining, but you guys are also asking questions that seem to be more like you want to actually get to know me, and it's hard to be goofy when you guys actually seem to be genuinely interested in getting to know me as a person. So, see you in the next one.